A boy and a tiger drifted at sea for over 200 days. By now, the tiger was skin and bones. It lay on the boat, barely alive. The boy fed it the last bit of fresh water, but the tiger had not eaten for days and could not even lift a paw. The boy held the tiger in his arms and let it rest on his lap. He gently stroked its forehead. His heart was filled with grief. He could not help crying. He began to miss his mom and dad too. One day, a violent storm suddenly hit the sea. Huge waves crashed against the ship. Seawater poured into the cabin. Pi had just escaped from the ship. Outside, everything was already in chaos. Before he could figure out what was happening, he was pushed onto a lifeboat by the crew. Just as the others were about to jump on, a zebra fell from above. The lifeboat was swept away by the waves. After Pi grabbed the boat, he realized he had already been washed far away. He blew the whistle in fear. He shouted with all his strength. But the waves were too loud, and no one on the other side could hear him. Then, he saw someone swimming toward him. Pi quickly threw a lifeboat. He pulled the figure closer with all his strength. Then he reached out with an oar to help. Only then did he realize it was his own tiger. Just as Pi tried to push it away, a wave knocked the tiger onto the boat. He was so scared that he climbed to the stern and held tightly onto the oar. The next day, the tiger was gone. Only the injured zebra was left on the boat. Pi climbed back inside and used a metal bucket to clear out the water. He had just lain down to rest when a hyena crawled out from under the tarp. Pi was so scared that he picked up the oar to defend himself. The hyena tried to attack him, but the boat was rocking so much that it could not stand steady. In the end, it had to give up. Then, Pi saw an orangutan drifting nearby on a bunch of bananas. He quickly reached out with the oar. He let the orangutan climb onto the lifeboat. Now, there was one more member on the boat. In the middle of the night, the hungry hyena tried to attack Pi again, but Pi was too far away, and it could not reach him. So the hyena turned its eyes to the zebra. It tore into the zebra. Wildly, Pi wanted to stop it, but there was nothing he could do. He could only hide at the stern and roar in anger. He watched helplessly as the zebra was bitten to death. To avoid being eaten by the hyena, Pi stayed awake all night. Exhausted, he collapsed. The feeling of suffocation awakened his survival instinct. He suddenly woke up. He held tightly onto the oar. Then, Pi remembered there were supplies on the boat. While the hyena was resting, he opened the storage pack. Inside, there was actually a survival manual. Following the manual, he made a simple raft. Just as he was about to push the raft into the water, the hyena crawled out again. To protect Pi, the orangutan faced the hyena alone. Just as the hyena was about to pounce, the orangutan punched it in the head, but the orangutan was already exhausted and gasping. The next second, the hyena lunged forward and bit the orangutan's neck. The orangutan died just like that. Furious, Pi picked up a knife. He roared at the hyena. The next second, the hyena was killed on the spot. It turned out the tiger had never left the boat. It had been hiding in the cabin, resting. Pi hurriedly pushed the raft into the water. Then he used the oar to block the tiger, but the tiger swatted the oar away with one paw. Pi was so scared that he fell to the floor. He curled up and waited to die. Luckily, the tiger was seasick. It gave up the attack. Pi seized the chance and jumped into the sea.